My bad. I left you on Greater Israel. My bad, guys. I accidentally left you on Greater Israel. Whoops-a-daisy.
Gerald Morgan, who I see as a highbrow, high IQ Christian Zionist, saying he's about to get off the Zionist train. Here he is.
So multiple times he said all of Lebanon must burn. You talking about killing more innocent civilians? I'm just making sure that I'm completely understanding. You're talking about killing Christians as well? I have a particular problem with that, on top of the fact that there are a bunch of innocent civilians that you're talking about. All of Lebanon. So for every tear of an Israeli woman, they need to have 1,000 Lebanese women. Is that a proportional response to what's going on over there?
To him, it is.
You really think that's going to, ratcheting up the body count is going to win you what you're looking for? If you're looking to make sure the security of your citizens, the lives of the people within your borders are made better and secured and able to exist at all, you probably don't want to off the rest of the world and push them past kind of the final straw. I don't know what leg you think you have to stand on to speak like that, especially right now when the United States of America has, right or wrong, supported you.
Oh, no. Look at our politicians. Look how they unequivocally support Israel. That's the leg they feel like they can stand on. When you got people like Lindsey Graham, Randy Fine, Mark Levin, guys like out there that's so vociferous in their support for Israel no matter what they do. Yeah, that's the leg they feel like they got to stand on. Like, they got it right there. I wish they didn't have it, but Gerald, that's what they're standing on right now.
In almost every way possible for many, many, many decades. In fact, the only reason that you exist in the first place, as Donald Trump rightly said, is because of the United States of America, period, full stop. You would not be a country without us. And that's great. You don't have a right to exist, Israel. Neither does the United States. It's yours if you can keep it. Okay? It's yours if you can keep it. And what you have done as a strategy for decades and decades and decades is made sure that because you can't keep it yourself, that you had enough friends that could help you keep it. And you're about to lose them. You're about to run out of people willing to help you because, and I want you to hear this, you look like murderous animals.
Somebody got to say it. And I'm glad it's Gerald from Louder with Crowder. I mean, bro, and they're pretty pro-Zionist, and he's pretty pro-Zionist. Well, pro-Zionist. He's a Zionist. So now that he's saying it, now what, guys? What? He's anti-Semitic too after all the defense he had of Israel? Is he going to be anti-Semitic too? Israel finally crossed that line to where I guess all the stuff I was telling you guys for the past 6 months about how Israel been wilding is true. Like, I don't hate Jews. I don't hate Israel either. I do hate how the Likud party is running Israel, by the way, though. I know there's some people who say, oh, no, it's not just the Likud, it's all Israelis. Well, I'm sorry, but it's hard for me to make it all Israelis when there are Israelis that are leaving because of this atrocity or the atrocities that their government are committing. Can't really make it about all Jews when people and Jews are low-key going like, hey, yo, I don't want no parts of it. So we got to put it on the leadership.
When you speak like that. And I don't want to hear like, well, they stuff this stuff at us too. Yeah, I understand that. That's why proportional response is a thing. That's why defending your borders is a thing. Burn all of Lebanon? Let's just play this forward. Let's say that you absorb all of Lebanon into Israel. Who's next?
Literally.
Yeah, Turkey.
Syria? Let's say you absorb all of Syria. Who's next? You think you're...
I mean, that is their plan. I mean, bro, I said it out loud. Bro, this is the plan, guys. This is the plan. They're going to want all of Lebanon. They want a good amount of Syria. Shit, bro. They even want a good part of Iraq. And that's why they wanted to destabilize Iran. Because how are you going to take parts of Iraq with Iran right there? Oh, yeah. And they want to go ahead and snatch like at least a bit of Kuwait as well. And damn near half of Saudi Arabia. Do you see the problem? Oh, and basically a good part of basically, what is this? Western Egypt? Like, bro, they're tripping. They're tripping. But they're going for it, though. And they're doing it right in front of our face. And I'm not sure how long you guys want to sit there and deny this. But, I mean, what they're doing with Lebanon should let you know everything you need to know.
Opposition is going to go away just because you happen to swat a problem over here? You think they're all going to just call it a day and go home? You need to learn that this is a tough world to live in
Yeah.
with that kind of an attitude and no friends.
And literally, how did that work out with the Palestinians? How did it work out kicking them off their land, annexing their land, and pretty much putting them in open concentration camp? You guys deliberately created a mosque. So trust me, doing like you guys should learn with Gaza what you did with the Palestinians, what not to do with the Lebanese people, because you're only going to get the same results with them.
And you're about to find out very quickly that you're running out of patience from the American people and certainly from the world. I doubt that they're still on your side at all. And people like me that think it's a good thing that Israel exists, but that it has a lot of problems, we're going to be put in a position where we go, yeah, I get it. I understand why. With stuff like that, when we're trying to negotiate peace, doesn't seem like you want peace. Doesn't seem like if Netanyahu goes through with
Ricky, my dog, bro, tripping. No, Israel is tripping. They attacked Lebanon first. What part of that do y'all guys not understand? Yes, Israel attacked Lebanon first. As soon as we attacked Iran, they went into Lebanon and broke the ceasefire they had with Hezbollah. They broke the ceasefire, aka they attacked first. That's the reality of it. Hezbollah would not be throwing missiles and drones into northern Israel if it wasn't for Israel's aggression into Lebanon. You know they have boots on the ground in Lebanon, right? While conducting airstrikes, wiping out entire villages. You understand this, right?
that he wants his term to end because he's really afraid of what happens when the legal system gets a hold of his ass. You're about to find out what the world looks like without friends. And I pray that that is not the sentiment of leadership in Israel, and that sane people will stand up and condemn you for the murderous, callous coward that you are.
Oh, the murderous, callous coward you are, Ben Gavir. And look at this. This is up at AlexJonesLive.com. X greenlights Israel's national security minister burn Lebanon post. That got posted under Gerald's post that went viral, and then people called for it to be banned. And X said no. It does call for genocide, which is normally against our policy, but he's a leader. People have a right to see that for debate. I totally agree. You know, when the Iranians say we're going to burn Israel and drive them all in the sea, that's called for genocide. Let us hear what the psychotic mullahs have to say. But again, you don't behave like the mullahs, and then that makes you okay, Ben Gavir. You don't beat up the flotilla people trying to help Gaza that were peaceful and run in and start slapping and beating and hitting men and women. I mean, he's out of control. He can barely stand up. It was like 450 pounds, big, fat, crazy person who always is like giggling and smiling and smirking with his megalomania. He basically runs Israel, and people are sick of you. The people are tired of you, and we don't like being connected to you and having you run our government.
Literally. I mean, bro, when people when Gerald from Louder or Crowder comes out and speaks out against Israel, that should tell you guys something. It really should. And the fact that an Israeli politician went out there and made a genocidal statement and you guys aren't quick to condemn it tells us a lot about you.
And you could argue Israel's been trying to run our government for a while and been running foreign policy in the Middle East for a while, but they're definitely trying to take over. And what world do I want to be allied with the left and their Israel obsession and their Islam, red-green alliance? I'm not with that. I'm opposing that, and I'm opposing you. And I'm just saying, stop it. Just like the former head of the Israeli army. You can read his full text of it or see the full interview. It's like 10 minutes long. He's like, they're going to destroy Israel. Everybody's turned against us, and we're not winning. And now we're just killing civilians. What is this? We're not the bad guys. Stop it. You say, oh, you've been the bad guys for a long time. Whatever. They're seen as the bad guys now. Israel's lost all of its soft power. It's becoming a major election issue. And you think you just pour money into any race? And
bro, and thank you, dog. Thank you, Rick. Because you're basically exposing the Israeli propaganda. You see, guys, you see how they attach the support. Well, if you don't support Israel, you're supporting Islamists. Dog, you don't got to support Israel or support Islamists to sit there and condemn Israel for its genocide, to sit there and condemn Israel or to condemn Ben Gavir for his genocidal language. I mean, bro, Lebanese people, all of them aren't Islamists. Like, yo, what the hell are you talking about?
run our politics, that's going to form opposition. You're not going to have the Democratic Party that hates everything Israel or everything Jewish. It's going to be the Republicans, and it's already happening around the world because of people like Ben-Gvir. He's the head of national security. He's in the cabinet, and he goes on TV and says, I love war crimes, kill everybody.
And for those of you who are new, bro, the man literally said for every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. All of Lebanon must burn. Do you all agree with that? Do you agree with Ben-Gvir? Maybe I need to do a poll. Do you agree with this man's statement? Do you agree that, well, for every Israeli mother's tear, just one tear, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep? You think that's okay to say? All of Lebanon must burn. Do you believe that's really okay to say? Is that really where you stand with it? Has your hatred of Islam led you to a genocidal mindset? Like, honestly?
I got clips of him. I mean, look at him. He's completely insane. So that's where we are. And the good thing about free speech and having a platform where we can see it is we can hear what old Ben has to say. So here's Trump saying, hey, we can keep the strait closed and keep this war going, and the mullahs aren't going to fall. So now the strait's open. This was yesterday. Israel struck Lebanon with huge strikes, hitting civilian targets, carpet bombing. Iran said, you broke the deal. That was the first part of the deal. Israel agreed to it. And then an hour later, hit them to derail the plan, and then go right into 48 in the same interview. Here's Trump talking about Netanyahu. Well, you know, he's okay guy, but we got to try to keep him a little sane. We got to try to keep him a little sane. So the good news is Trump is breaking with the current group that runs Israel, and he's talking to their opposition groups. And he's pulled back the mid-air refueling tankers so that Israel can't as easily run these loitering sorties over Iran. And again, you're like, oh my God, the mullahs are winning. We should never have done this. The Pentagon said don't do it. Very low probability of a successful outcome. Regime changes the plan. The plan wasn't going to work. Imagine you get grabbed off of aid boat with rice and beans on it, and then Ben-Gvir comes in and starts slapping you and hitting you and, you know, doing all this. There's video of that.
The disrespect is crazy.
And now we've got...
That is crazy. Hold on. Let's go back to what he first said.
Doing all this.
You knowingly cause harm to our state in this disgraceful display, and not for the first time. You have undone tremendous professional and successful efforts made by so many people, from IDF soldiers to foreign ministry staff and many others. No, you are not the face of Israel. Damn. All right, man. Shout out to this guy. Shout out, because he's talking against Ben-Gvir. So shout out to this guy right here. Shout out to my Jewish homie. Like, even though he might be more genocidal than him, you never know. You never really know. Because with Israel, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like he probably disagrees with how open he's being about it. That's the scary part. Because what I've learned from every Israeli politician is that, well, think about it. Even the Naftali Bennett, the guy who's supposed to be going against Bibi, still believes that, oh yeah, once Iran is done, we need to go after Turkey. So I'm not really sure if there's any Israelis in Israel that's anti-war. I think they always want to get into it. Every Middle Eastern country, every Muslim country they can find. If you're a Muslim country, Israel wants beef with you.
There's video of that. And now we've got Miriam Adelson with her publications attacking Trump. You got the different Zionist publications. I showed this yesterday, attacking and saying, well, Trump's not our guy now, but don't worry. It's going to be Marco Rubio will be our man. You don't want Rubio, folks. You're trying to position him. J.D. Vance, folks. You say, well, we want somebody else. Okay, who's that Republican? Oh, you're going to vote for Gavin Newsom? So go ahead and let's go to these clips of Trump. And then let's cut to the text of what Netanyahu posted with some images of the latest strikes on Lebanon. So play 47, 48, and 7.
I told you guys, they're out here. And thank you guys for being oh so open with your hysterical support for Israel. Someone forgot that God is in control and is using Trump. When all countries have burned, Israel is forever. Do you see their mindset? Why would we support people who actually think like this towards us? They don't even care if our country burns. They said, as long as Israel stands, it's all good. And this is supposed to be our greatest allies, guys. These are the guys you stand behind. And this is a comment, guys. Don't get no more real than this. Thank you, bro, for exposing yourself. I truly appreciate it. Because when I need to make the point, dumbasses like you who say this, bro, you just nail it, bro. You just nail it down for me. Thank you.
And then we'll show you the Strait of Hormuz and more. Here it is.
Think of it. Oh, why aren't you tougher? The only way I can get tougher is if I go in there for another 2 or 3 weeks and continue to bomb the hell out of them, right? But what does that get us? The Strait of Hormuz will not be open. Let's say I did that. Let's say I decided to do that. It was a decision I had to make. So right now, our stock market is through the roof. The oil prices are tumbling. The oil prices are practically the same as they were before I started. The big difference is that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon, okay? It's very clear and very simple. But if I were hitting them right now, when you stopped, if we're not going to put boots on the ground, okay? I mean, you don't want boots on the ground, right? If we're not going to put boots on the ground, probably the same people, they go deep into the caves. They're called granite caves. They're very powerful. They go deep in, and then when we stop, they'll come up, and they'll probably be the same leaders. So nothing. Okay, ready? When I knock them out, we knock them out so powerfully, we would right now have the Hormuz Strait would be totally closed. You would have mines all over it, and it would have missiles flying over $1 billion ships, and those ships will never sail. We wouldn't have oil for months. As long as you're dropping bombs, that thing is automatically closed because those ships cost $500 to $1 billion.
All right, pause. Back it up 10 seconds. That's Trump yesterday afternoon. Israel signs the deal. Mm-hmm. Trump does the interview. And then they just embarrass Trump and close the strait again. Screw the whole world economy and 30% of the fertilizer in the growing season, all the disaster.
Oh, it's embarrassing because, the first embarrassing part is that we can't control Israel, which is our junior partner in this war, which should be. We can't control Israel, so that's pretty embarrassing. And we can't release the 16th strongest army off the Strait of Hormuz. And we're the first. We're the strongest army in the world, supposedly. And we can't remove the Iranian army off the strait, or the Iranian military off the strait. That's a bit embarrassing.
Is already baked in and inflation exploding and the oil council warning of prices going up 30-40% next week. The strategic oil reserve almost empty. Israel does it again.
Another one.
And then makes the president look like a fool. I predict Trump is going to really start putting it to Netanyahu now. Let's go back to the president.
We wouldn't have oil for months. As long as you're dropping bombs, that thing is automatically closed because those ships cost $500 to $1 billion apiece. They're not going to be sailing with rockets. So just to finish, I just looked. Oil.
Yeah, no insurance company want to try to foot the bill for $500 billion. I don't even think they got it like that. So, of course, they start pulling people's insurances as soon as this war popped off. And then when America, we try to come through and be like, no, we'll cover your insurance. No, the hell we won't, dog. That's $500 billion plus cargo. No, we cannot do that.
It's tumbling. Their ships are roaring out of there. They want to go home. They want to drop. They're all full with oil. This is a gusher. I mean, we have 700 or 800.
Back it up 10 seconds again. Now, you know what I'm going to say because it's true. What am I about to say? Netanyahu is holding us and the world hostage with that crap. Now, if Israel would have made deals with Saudi Arabia and others to finish those pipelines, in a year they could have done this, and Iran wouldn't have had cards. But no, just do it right now.
Bro, there's so many things. Like I said, if they had just played the long game, this would have worked out better for us. They had got that pipeline they wanted. Iran wouldn't have the strait as a card. I mean, bro, honestly, we'd have never got into this war and just further collapsed their economy by pulling economic levers to destroy their currency, then we wouldn't even have to get into this, and the mullahs would have been overthrown because they're terrible with money. But now, through bombing them, we'd caused a rally around the flag event, and now people who are against the government are now with the government. And then the people who are truly against the government, who's going to go out there and fight them in January, are now being hunted down and executed.
And endangers the midterms, everything. All right, let's go back to Trump. Then he gets into Netanyahu being insane. Here we go.
Their ships are roaring out of there. They want to go home. They want to drop. They're all full with oil. This is a gusher. I mean, we have 700 or 800 ships are leaving. But if I attack them, none of those ships are leaving. The stock market is way up, way up. You know, the stock market is up over the last 4 or 5 days when it looks like we're going to make a deal. Stock market's up thousands of points. Everybody's richer. Now, would you rather have that or be like some stupid people? I'd be honest with you. I lost respect for some people because
who'd you lose respect?
I don't want to mention the names.
Oh, you can.
But you know, hardliners. Oh, you got to take them out yet.
Well, what are you going to?
Oh, the hardliners like Lindsey Graham, Mark Levin, and it's just like, and I get where Trump is going with this. He's like, dog, did you not fucking hear me? I said 4 weeks and our strategic reserves are cooked. Gas prices will skyrocket. The American, bro, we might actually go through a real economic collapse because you guys are so hard pressed for Iran. And Trump is hitting you then with, I'm not doing it. I'm not throwing away the entire global economy. I'm not throwing away our economy because you guys want the IRGC out of power. And if you want it that bad, go do it yourself, Israel, okay? But we're not going to throw our entire economy away. We're not going to just risk 9% inflation because you guys want it with Iran. And here's the thing, it's all these rich Israeli pundits that are trying to tell us that we should accept higher gas prices, we should accept higher inflation for a war that they dragged us into. No, we're not doing it. Kick rocks.
Let me tell you, and plus I'm not
pause again, back it up 5 seconds. Another huge statement here. I don't want to name names. Hardliners, Mark Levin, Ben Gvir, Benjamin Netanyahu, and he goes into Netanyahu and says we need to keep him a little sane.
And like, Rick, if it really did something, then why are we even stressing about it now? Why are we over here trying to get our hands on this nuclear dust that we so-called obliterated? Why is it such a big deal? Why is it even part of the memorandum of understanding if we took care of it? Think about that logically.
Oh, when you're trying to keep somebody a little sane, that means they're totally insane. When you're just trying to keep them a little sane. Because it failed. Trump said, all right, let's gamble. Let's try to regime change. You think they're ready to uprise? We got it. We shipped a bunch of guns into them. The Kurds didn't do anything. Trump's like, okay, let's keep rolling the dice for a few months. Okay, it's not working. Okay, stop it. Nope, we're not stopping it. He's been trying for a month and a half to stop it. They won't let him. That's why Trump in this interview is like, I'm the president. I run it. Israel does what I say. No, they don't.
Huh?
No, they don't.
The hell they do.
And then the people that are just anti-Trump are like, don't even engage Trump. Don't even try to get him to do the right thing. He's a traitor. Whatever. Of course I'm going to put pressure on him, and so should you. Anybody telling you not to put pressure on Trump to try to end this war and to end the Ukraine war by cutting off U.S. intelligence and weapons is working for the other side, posing as a patriot. That's a no-brainer.
Literally.
It's this weird trope. Oh, Jones is saying, good job, Trump, trying to stop the war. What are you for Trump? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm for getting Trump to do the right thing. You bet. Trying to get Trump to do what RFK Jr. says on the vaccines and stuff. You damn right I am. Damn right I take what we got and I try to work with it while I'm angry at him. Of course, that's common sense. I don't take my ball and go home. Finish up with Trump.
You know, the stock market is up over the last 4 or 5 days when it looks like we're going to make a deal. Stock market's up thousands of points. Everybody's richer. Now, would you rather have that or be like some stupid people? I'd be honest with you. I lost respect for some people because
who'd you lose respect?
I don't want to mention the names.
Oh, you can.
But you know, hardliners. Oh, you got to take them out yet.
Well, what are you going to?
Let me tell you. And plus, I'm not looking to kill people. If it weren't for Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu worked well with me, but he will tell you, we're the ones with the guns. We're the ones with the whole deal. We're the ones with the B-2 bombers, etc. If it weren't for Donald Trump, Israel would have been eviscerated.
Your relationship with Netanyahu's
it's good, but we have to keep him a little bit.
And Trump is not wrong. If we didn't step in with Midnight Hammer, bro, Israel would have been eviscerated. They was getting hit hard, and they're running out of interceptor missiles. And in Iran, they had all the missiles in the world. That's why after the 12-day war, Israel was so hard pressed to get Iran's missile capability watered down. And that's why, because they saw the real threat of it and how it was breaching their Iron Dome and pretty much fucking them up.
Sane.
Are you going to be able to control Israel from attacking Lebanon?
Yeah, I will be. I mean,
How?
I wonder. They have a lot of respect for me, and they do as I say. Remember this: if I don't terminate the JCPOA, remember, that was a road to a nuclear weapon, legally. It says right there. And Obama thought he could pay them off. He gave them billions and billions of dollars, $1.7 billion in cash.
What are we doing?
You know,
what are we doing, bro? If they go through with this deal, that's $12 billion they'll get up front just for pulling up to the talks. And then after they get another $12 billion. And then you got the Gulf countries about to fund them a whopping $300 billion. And then let's talk about the potential earnings of the sanction relief. Potential earnings of them being able to sell their oil at market price and not have to sell it low to China and Russia anymore. Did you forget that's actually part of the memorandum of understanding? Do you see why this is a W for Iran and why they're over there claiming victory? Because they're getting everything they want.
It's a well-known story, but it didn't work. You can't bribe your way out of it. You can't pay off your way. But if I didn't do that, and if I didn't attack their nuclear supply 10 months ago with the B-2 bombers, Israel would not exist today. Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long.
Hey, pause here. I want to go back to this clip 41 in a second. You heard what Trump just said yesterday afternoon. They do what I say. The U.S. is in charge. Israel's not in charge of us. They respect me. The reporter at Axios is like, the interviewer, well, are you confident that Israel isn't just going to break this peace deal and sabotage the peace deal? No, they're going to do what I say. 1 hour later, they start blowing the snot out of Lebanon. No weapons fired at Israel. Not a gun, not a bullet, not a missile, not a rocket, not a hand grenade, not a Nerf ball, not a bow and arrow, not a slingshot. And again, here's Trump a few days ago saying similar things. But I predict now, because I know how Trump operates. I mean, you heard him. He says, a lot of respect for the Israeli hardliners. Yeah, I wonder what happens when old Mark Levin calls him up. Mark Levin. Now, I don't know much about the military, but I believe in our soldiers and our Marines. And, you know, we're going to be able to, we need to get in there. We need to send in the ground troops. We need to, just like Truman used the A-bomb. We need to use the A-bomb.
Crazy bastards.
I don't know much about the military, but I've got faith in our military. I wear a woman's brooch of a giant American flag on my chest, so you don't think I'm an Israeli operative, okay? Look, I'm surprised if Levin doesn't start wearing a full, like, American flag Uncle Sam outfit or something. You know, I'm not against lapel pins and stuff. But if I had one, maybe a cross or something, because they attack Christianity, you know, I want to identify with that. It's under attack. Maybe a First Amendment lapel pin or something. But I mean, I don't need to wear an American flag lapel pin. I'm not against you if you do. But these politicians wear them like, look, I'm pro-America. I've got my American flag lapel pin. And
what's actually hilarious, if you notice, Mark Levin, he always wears like an Israeli flag, an American flag, like crossing lapel pin. You ever notice how he completely took off the Israel lapel pin? He's kept on this like big ass America one. Why? Because he's trying to hide the fact that what he's telling you is not within the best interest of America. It's within the best interest of Israel. And he's trying to hide that through his attire.
I get when you're in a foreign junket or you're, you know, at G20 or G8 or something. I get it then. To identify, people might not know what country you're from because you're not high level. But, you know, Trump's got his little American flag. But Mark Levin has this giant woman's brooch. It looks like an old lady brooch. It's all gaudy. And look, I've got a giant American flag on
Oh, goddamn. Sorry, guys. I guess they're popping off fireworks in my neighborhood.
my chest. I'm an American, not an Israeli operative. Israel's a separate country. Agree? Its interests do not always align with ours. Agree? Israel was left out of the MOU negotiations because we would blow them up every time. Sorry, go back to the text, please. I'm Mark Levin. Agree? Israel was left out of the MOU negotiations and is not a signatory, okay? But damn it, it better accept and comply with every damn word of it, even if it means accepting Hezbollah on its borders, shooting missiles and drones into its country. What? So that's Mark Levin today.
Well, it's like, yeah, the reason why you guys were left out of the memorandum of understanding because we know you're not reasonable people. Like, let's be real. Like, we know we left y'all out because you're going to sit there and try to say, oh, well, we're not going to accept this deal unless Israel gives up their missiles and their proxies. And they're not doing that. Then we're going to, yes. And Israel's going to be there like, oh, yeah, well, we need Israel to stop funding their proxies, water down their missile capability. And then, of course, they can no longer enrich. And I'm just like, all right, so you're pretty much saying F their sovereignty, F their right to defend themselves, and just say F the country altogether. So, like, you honestly thought we were going to get to a real deal with your guys' demands? No, that's why we left you out, because we know your demands are unreasonable. And Ron told us, well, Ron already told us that, look, if you even come with those Israelis' demands, it's going to be an automatic no. That's why we left you guys out, because your demands give us an automatic no. And sorry, but we got to play nice with the Iranians. Yes, guys, we got to negotiate with the terrorists, like it or not.
Day. He just posted it. Yeah. No. Here's the truth. Israel founded Hamas and funded it. Netanyahu stood up.
That's crazy. Bro said Arabs are the problem, even though it's Israel invading Arab countries. But it's all right. It's Arabs, though. Okay. Well, at least you're up front with your bigotry, so I can't be mad at it. Hey, look, I hate hidden racists. I love an upfront racist. I'll be real with you.
On October 7th to double their funding. And Israel worked with Turkey to overthrow 2 years ago Syria and put the Al-Qaeda chief in charge. And Netanyahu's been convicted and is using this war to stay in power. Mr. Brooch, Mr. Woman's Brooch. I'm wearing a woman's brooch that an 85-year-old woman would wear when she went to a Republican cocktail party. Oh, my goodness. He must have heard me making fun of it. He got rid of the woman's brooch. Now, that's still a woman's lapel flag. That's for like a 30-year-old woman. Go back to one of his earlier shows the last 6 months. He got rid of the giant brooch. Ha ha! I guess is this last night's show? Life, Liberty, and Levin. He got rid of the brooch. I mean, he still got a woman's brooch, but it's like a third the size. You mean it's a woman's brooch? It's become a laughingstock? Well, let me get a smaller brooch here. Don't they have a large American flag that's for men? No, sir, that's what women wear. Well, wow. He downsized the flag at least 3 times. Oh, I have to see it now. Just go on Mark. He just changed this. Go on his X feed, like go back a week ago.
I hate Jews.
And you'll find the giant brooch.
I'm crying. And like I said, guys, when they can't beat your arguments, they just want to say you hate Jews, you're an American, you're pro-Iranian, and that's not it at all. We're just calling out what they're doing right in front of our face. Like I said, bro, an Israeli top political official just came out and made genocidal statements. They're like, what are y'all defending at this point? Like, what do you mean, Jew hater? Bro, a fat Jew just came out and said it to our face. I'm sorry he had to be Jewish, but that's the reality of the situation. A fat Jewish politician came out and made genocidal statements. It is what it is. And trust me, I'd be calling them out. It was a fat black politician, fat white politician, fat Indian politician. I don't give a damn. I call out all people if they're on bullshit, or the individuals in those people's groups, of course. Or I don't like to make those blanket statements of, oh, all Jews are evil, all of them want this. It's like, no, not all of them. Or else a lot of Jews, bro, what was it, like 211,000 Jews left Israel because of this? Shout out to them. So no, I don't hate all Jews. That's impossible right there.
No, go on his X feed. Just go on his X feed and then scroll down like a week ago. Because even a week ago, he was still wearing the giant brooch. Oh, my God. He's replaced the giant brooch. Who was that black Joy Reid lady that was always bashing white people and cultural appropriation? And so, but she had that golden Trump wig. Yeah, there it is. Had that golden Trump wig. And everybody made a big deal about it. And she got rid of the golden Trump wig. Look, there's the woman's brooch. That's a week ago. He got rid of the woman's brooch. Ha ha! I love it.
It's a big ass American flag.
What a clown, man. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, I've died and gone to heaven. Oh my God. That's another one though. That's even smaller. I guess they'll notice if I go from the giant woman's brooch down to a regular one, I'll phase them down slowly. No, that's another variant. Go back another week. He had an even bigger one. Oh, we've got woman's brooch gate. Yes, scroll back. Yeah. No, that's the intermediate size. I want the giant brooch. Like 3 weeks ago, he had it. He almost slipped it past us with the shrinking American flag. Pretty soon, he'll just have an Israeli flag lapel. Let's find the giant woman's brooch. We need nuclear war. I'm wearing a woman's brooch. It's like in Raiders of the Lost Ark when they're in the temple and the first scene, and the bad guy gets the golden idol and gives the orders to the guy, the pygmies or whatever, the natives to go kill him. He just holds up the American flag like, I have the biggest American flag. You know what it means when you have to have a gun too big or truck too big, Mark? It means you're compensating for something. I don't know. Mark Levin's head looks like a penis, though, so maybe.
Bro.
Maybe he is just a giant penis. All right, I'm going to stop. Enough Mark Levin. Get him off my screen.
Right now.
I apologize. I'm out of control, folks.
Now you are.
The flag's going like this. It's getting smaller. Soon it'll be the little Israeli flag. Okay. I'm sorry. This is not funny. Let's finish up with the Trump statement, and then I want to go to a guest on Mario Nafal doing an excellent job talking about Israel spying on the U.S. Let's play those clips back to back.
Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long, and too many people are being killed. And you don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody.
Bruh.
Because there are a lot of people in those apartment houses, and they're not.
No, but that's what Israel love to do. I mean, John Kiriakou made it pretty good. Well, not really joke, but let's be real. A lot of people made a lot of funny videos about it. Is when John Kiriakou pretty much says the problem with Israel is that, when they go after one person, they got to take out the entire neighborhood. And that's what they do, bro. Just to get one person, they take out the entire block. So if Israel wants you dead and you just happen to be an Iranian scientist, bro, it's you, your neighbor, and your entire neighborhood that's about to get completely destroyed.